Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Our motive for today's video is to explain Kit Harrington's Black Knight versus Jon Snow, Ebony Blade, and Longclaw. We must warn you, this video consists of spoilers for Eternals. If you haven't watched the movie yet, watch this video at your own risk. With that said, let's begin! Number 5. Who is Kit Harrington and what is his role? Who doesn't love Kit Harrington? Even though the Game of Thrones ended back in 2019 and it's been a while since he left Westeros and Jon Snow far behind him. However, that still doesn't stop him from getting involved with a magic sword. Or at least that's how it's appearing to be in the new Marvel movie Eternals. Harrington stars as a supporting character to the rest of the Eternals cast. Furthermore, he's also the love interest of Dane Whitman, who mainly exists to tease his girlfriend Cersei, Gemma Chan, without getting involved with her world-saving tricks. Whitman is a history professor at the British Natural History Museum, who works with Cersei, who's a museum curator. However, the Eternals' second post-credits scene portrays Whitman as someone more important, based on his possession of a special weapon, which will be something very special to fans of Marvel Comics. Number 4. Why is the sword in Eternals known as the Ebony Blade? During the Eternals movie, an infamous sword, the Ebony Blade, is name-checked by a couple of the team when clearing through old artifacts now held in their spaceship. The sword they're looking at isn't the Ebony Blade, as it turns out, it's Excalibur. But the real thing turns up in the film's second post-credits scene, in the possession of one Mr. Whitman. It was wrapped up in a chest, coined by his family crest. The sword is a family antique, but Dane is hesitant to pick it up. However, once he decides to pick it up, he's stopped by another mystery man. Dane believes he can use it to save Cersei from her abduction at the end of the film. So why is this sword so special? Well, in original comics, it's an ancient and partially cursed blade created by Merlin and passed on through the generations of Dane's family. It's capable of dispelling magic and protecting the user from harm, but on the contrary, it also turns whoever holds it into a vicious, bloodthirsty brute who lives for death and vengeance. Hence its motto in the film, "Death is my reward." Number 3. Who is the Black Knight in Marvel Comics? Over the years, we've seen a few Black Knights in Marvel Comics, including a villainous version, Dane's uncle, who's teased in Eternals. But the main one to focus on is Dane Whitman. Basically, in the comics, Dane takes up his family sword and uses it to become a superhero. He initially posed as a villain so he could take down his uncle's old supporters before going public, and becoming a member of the Avengers. Over the years, Dane's membership and heroism had their ups and downs depending on the Ebony Blade's influence on him. He did put aside the Ebony Blade once or twice. He fought with other weapons in order to protect his mind. Other times, he was able to fight off the curse with external help. Sometimes he did begin to lose himself and had to step back from being a hero. It'll be interesting to see whether the MCU version of Whitman follows this same direction, and where he might turn up next. Is he going to be a big part of an Eternal sequel, or could he be the Avengers recruit? Only time will tell. Number 2. How is Black Knight connected to Cersei in Marvel Comics? In Marvel Comics, Black Knight Dane Whitman becomes a member of the Avengers and enjoys a romantic relationship with the Eternal sorceress Cersei, who's also a member of Earth's mightiest heroes. The pair are even in a love triangle, as Dane also has feelings for the Inhumans character Crystal, who is also an Avenger and the alienated wife of Quicksilver Pietro Maximoff in Marvel Comics. When Cersei suffers from Mad Weary, an illness when an Eternal experiences a mental breakdown over the weight of their memories and long life, Ikaris bonds Cersei with Dane in a process called Ganjosen, which connects them physically. While it fails to slow Cersei's illness, it does grant Dane further strength and red eyes. Later, it is revealed that Cersei's illness and following madness were caused by an alternate reality version of Dane named the Proctor. Ultimately, Cersei slaughters the Proctor and leaves with Dane to go to another universe where she can heal. Years later, the pair eventually returns to the central Marvel universe, 616, and they disconnect. Despite fighting alongside each other and remaining in a romantic pairing for a time, they eventually split. Number 1. When will Dane Whitman next appear in the MCU? The Eternal sequel is still not confirmed by Marvel Studios. We're not even sure if we will see Dane Whitman in this film or not. Dane may return in his film or Disney Plus series, or he could return in the upcoming Blade film, starring Mahershala Ali, who has been confirmed by director Chloe Zhao to be the voice of Blade, speaking to Dane in the post-credit scene. There are many possibilities as to when and where we will see Dane Whitman next. Eternals writer Kaz Firpo told The Hollywood Reporter in 2021, "There are a lot of opportunities. If the audience allows us, there's going to be a story to tell with Dane Whitman." That brings us to the end of the video. What do you guys think? Let us know everything in the comments section below. Lastly, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. With that being said, take care of yourselves and goodbye.